My name is Paul Boyes. I have lived in Norwood for about 3-4 years. Well, my wife and I were looking for a house, but our church was here in Norwood, and we just kind of decided we were going to start to look in Norwood, and we got a house. Professionally, I work at Procter & Gamble as a data scientist. It's a second career for me, so I work with algorithms and numbers. My first career, though, is physical therapy. I work at Mercy Health, so both of those are in Cincinnati. In Norwood, it's obviously here in this beautiful garden. I do a fair amount of my hobby, but also for the neighborhood, gardening. As we were looking for houses, we were looking for land, and unfortunately, the market didn't support that. So I had a strong desire for a green space that I would own, and that's when I met Mary C. With Norwood together. I think Mary C. knew to ask me about gardening, which is what I was really craving for, if I could help with this community garden down at Hunter Park. I do have a lot of helpers, a lot of friends who volunteer, neighbors who volunteer, and the more people around who see it, they just kind of start participating. So it's not me alone. The garden is named Emily's Garden, and it's named after a friend of mine who sadly passed away young with brain cancer. Shortly after we moved to Norwood, we met Emily, and she was just a remarkable person in her illness. We never know, when it's our moment, how we're gonna behave, but one of the things that was extraordinary about Emily is that she was just fierce in the face of death. And she said, one day, regardless of what happens with my diagnosis, all I'm gonna see is beauty. And that really stuck with me. Just kind of a very true thing. This garden was about trying to create some beauty. So in the spirit of seeing beauty, we named this Emily's Garden. There's been a real turn, and this is just real local. I wouldn't even say Norwood, but just the people here in the 4th Ward. There's been some statements of hope that I've heard. One neighbor who lives down just a couple doors from here said, it got really dark in this park back in 2017, 2018, but now the light is coming back in. So I think that's really positive, that there are people even in this ward who are beginning to see there are developments that are going in the right direction. What I've observed in Norwood is that there is some really integrated diversity within households, which is fun to see. And I think that there's maybe, particularly where I live, there's a little bit more socioeconomic similarity, and that seems to have just been a commonality for people. I'm sitting in a garden, and I'm a farmer at heart, so I would love for there to be a working farm in Norwood. What keeps me in Norwood is, I think, first of all, my church community and the level of deep relationships that I have with people there. The other things that keep me here are the positive direction that it's taking to grow. It's becoming a place where my kids are beginning to feel like this is home. It's just 3 years that we've been here, but the fact that it feels like home, and it's where our house is.